Alrighty, so we are talking about using the mode to describe the shape of a distribution of scores. So what I've drawn up here is, remember, a normal distribution. Normal distribution means two things. Let's remember. It means that most of the scores are in the middle and that it is roughly symmetrical, that the left and right sides are basically mirror images of each other. If this is the shape, let's think about it. Where would the mode be? Well, remember, there's basically a frequency axis that would be described over here. So the most frequently occurring score is always going to be right on the peak there. That's where the mode would end up. Let's think about the median. Where's the median going to be? Well, if this is mirror images equal on both sides, then the median is also going to be right in the middle of this curve. So the median would also be dead in the center. Where would the mean be? Well, if we added up all these scores and divided by the number of scores, we're also going to find that the mean is right there. So if all three values are very, very similar to each other, in real life you're not going to find them to be identical in most cases, right? But very, very close together, what that tells you is that you have a normally shaped distribution. So again, if you have any two of those, having all three is great, but if you have any two of those, so if we know that it says the mode is 20 points and the mean is 20 points, what shape? Shape is normal. The median is 50 points and the mode is 50 points, what's the shape? The shape is probably normal or very close to it. So what happens now is when we get a skewed distribution. So let's remember, which of the three measures of central tendency did I say in an earlier clip was the one that is the worst to use with extreme scores and outliers? Which one is the most reactive, the one that's going to freak out mathematically the most when you put an extreme score in there? That's right, the mean is. So if we know, let's say, that the mode of a distribution is 30, and that the mean of that distribution is 50, just knowing those two things, we can get a pretty good sense of the shape. So there's not one way to approach this, but this is how I do it. If I have the mode, I start with the mode, because the mode is the peak. It's always going to be the highest part of the curve, right? So I'm going to draw a top of a curve, and I know that's my mode at 30 points. Which one is going to be, because we know we're dealing with a skewed distribution, these scores are not close, which one freaks out the most? Which one is the most sent spiraling out of the center? Again, the mean. And the mean is 50 points. Well, we know 50 points is going to be over here somewhere. Because we know that's where the outlier is. That's the one that gets pulled out. So we know that if the mode is 30 and the mean is 50, we have a positively skewed distribution. Where would the median be? Remember, median means middle. So we wouldn't know exactly without more information, but in all likelihood, the median is somewhere in between those other two, somewhere between 30 and 50. It might be closer to 30, it might be closer to 50. Again, we don't know exactly where, and there can be exceptions, but in general, if the mode is 30 and the mean is 50, the median is going to be somewhere in the middle of those two. Let's go the opposite direction. Let's say I know the mode is 100 and that the mean is 60. Well, what shape do we have? Again, if I have the mode, I start with the mode because we know that's the peak. Whatever else happens, we know that's our anchor point. The mean is the one that gets sent furthest away, and we know it's to the left. Oops, not 16, 60. So we know our mean is way out there, and then we can just sort of drop that side. Where's the median going to be? We don't know exactly, but in most likelihood, somewhere between 60 and 100 points. Let's do it without the mode. Let's say I know that the median is, let's say 20, and that the mean is, let's go 10. Well, I don't have the mode, not given to me. But I know, once again, that the mean is the one that gets kicked furthest away. And it's a lower number than the other, so we know in counting number lines. So we would know with the mean of 10 and the median of 20 that this would be a negatively skewed distribution, and that the mode, again, we don't know what number this would be, but we know the mode is probably higher than 20. So we have a little bit of prediction there as well. Do one more. Let's say, let's go with mode and median. Try to do a different combination. Let's say the mode is 30 and the median is, I don't know, let's go 60. So again, if I've got the mode, that's where I like to start. The median is 60. We know, because again, it's a number line, got to go low to high, so we know 60 is over here, so we know that's the median. Where's the mean going to be? The one farthest away, so we know that's even going to be further out here somewhere. So the mode is 30, the median is 60, and we know we have a positively skewed distribution, and we know the mean is probably higher than 60 points, because it'd be the one furthest out to the right. So you really always get a pretty reliably, I should say, not always, but if it's skewed positively, it's mode, median, mean, and if it's skewed negatively, it's the opposite. Mode, median, mean. Not a true 100% of the time, but 99% of the time, where the median is the one that gets a little bit weird in there. But it's gonna pretty much always fall out in this pattern. Mode under the peak, median further, or I'm sorry, the mean furthest away. Mode under the peak, the mean furthest away. So that's how we can use the mode to describe shape. And so that's your third reason why we'd use a mode. Again, not so much instead of the other things, but in addition to the other things. So with that, we have our 3 measures of central tendency in the bank. As usual, go ahead and take a look, do some homework, look through the book, take particular attention to the lab problems, and get yourself ready for your quiz for Chapter 3, which also means that Exam 1 is on the horizon. So make sure that you're prepping for Exam 1. Remember, that's a 60-point major exam that has both multiple choice and constructed response, calculated out kinds of answers as well. So that is coming right after Chapter 3 is turned the page for us before we go to Chapter 4. So as always, if you have questions, drop me a line, hit me an email. We can arrange a live digital tutoring session if you need extra help. Just reach out, let me know how you're doing. All right, everybody, hope you have a great day, and we will see you on the other side of Exam 1 for Chapter 4 on variability. See you there.